Individually and collectively, the minds of humans perceive reality and then assume the perception as true, that is the scope of reality, restaurants, careers, that sort of thing. However convicted that mind is of the perceived reality, it also has a hidden demand inside it, which is its desire and hope for an outside observer of the perceived reality. Because up to now the mind who assumes reality must hold it up all by itself, and it is heavy, so the first mind wants the state of being to be reflected by the mind of another observer, to make it so and keep it. The brain always seeks an outsider. Even the superego will perform this task for the primitive mind. Even an older rich guy, who at every moment rejoices in the lucidity of his reality, in apparently conviction and satisfaction, has something inside him that is afraid, fear of singleness or dreadful isolation, of having no higher standard of external observation, because without this affirmation of an outside observation, the state of reality is in jeopardy. As the collective human consciousness, that is its view of possibilities, can choose the future timeline for humanity, say, choosing a technological future, in whatever direction, this consciousness gathers and brims and brews at the interface of the wall of the new, and it becomes so. But inside the human collective are humans with minds who look away, children of light who isolate themselves, in private or in monasteries, and they refuse to give quantum observation or affirmation, if you would, to the collective herd, and thereby makes the other more impotent. On another note, in my mind in a dream, I saw 3 angels, or some divine beings. They seem to be at once my size and at once larger than the universe. They are beyond size, however it works, and they seem to move within themselves, stretching out and cascading inside themselves, and for a moment it was as though one of them said to me, "We are angels of days of future past," which of course is a direct term from a Marvel X-Men movie. It seems these angels can help us, taking from the future and bringing into the present days, and fulfill the future timelines or possibilities by imposing them into the past, however it works. Perhaps the above links to something I am trying to do to further my financial life on Earth. In this practice I have a conscious sense of my financial structure, that is the feeling of my portfolio or business, if you want, inside me how it feels. It is also a structure, however much in imagination, and then I link this feeling to the future, feeling what it is in the future. For a moment I feel its actual existence in the future, of my desire, so I link the two, imposing the one on the other. But I perceived that this practice is a function of time. When I do this, I must do it for more than a moment, perhaps a minute or more. I perceived that because time is a function of this equation, it glides forward into time, as the future structure requires a durational time of feeling to establish it. When I do this I often do it in the setting of classical music or piano, a sound that contains wealth, because music touches consciousness, and together can let us enter worlds, and there are worlds of wealth in purity.